Hiding in plain sight on the outside of Glasgow is this huge car collection that up until recently was completely private. In this room is some 200 cars ranging from Vauxhall Novas right up to McLarens, and there's some 200 motorbikes in there as well. And today I'm going to get a whistle-stop tour of what I think to be the most impressive car collection in the United Kingdom. So join me as I have a look round and my jaw hits the floor numerous times. You're watching The Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith, and this episode is proudly supported by Duramat. So, Mark, this is unbelievable.
I agree, it's amazing.
I saw a couple of pictures of this place before I turned up, and I was like, it looks like an office that's been evacuated and people have just put loads of cars in. I mean, the building's amazing itself, but the volume of cars and bikes.
It's incredible.
I mean, how many cars have you got in here?
Roughly 190 to 200 at the moment.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a similar amount of bikes.
A similar amount of bikes?
Similar amount of
My
bikes.
gosh, so just in this building is
just
like
here alone.
400 vehicles.
Yes.
I've got to ask, how did it all start? Before we start delving into the cars.
It just started with a DTM Classics, wanting to build one of the best collections in the UK, if not Europe. And I think we've achieved that by the looks of what we've got at the moment.
Yeah. And this was not available in the public eye until like
just
really
recently,
recently.
Over the last few months. But it was always our plan to get it opened as a public museum for the foundation. So we've now started, I think we're on our third open day, and we're trying to roll them out once a month.
Wow.
So next one's December at some point, and we were 550 people, I think, yesterday.
Cool. Well, I'll put the details in the description if you want to know more about when the open days are and stuff. But let's carry on.
Let's go.
So, Lotus Cortinas.
This has got a very interesting history of this car. This was the actual Great Train Robbers getaway car. This was the car that they used after the robbery to get away from the scene of the crime.
Oh my God.
And they left tyre tracks at the scene.
Yeah.
And the forensics caught up with them later on, and that's how they got caught, because of this actual car.
So how the hell did this car, I mean,
So
where's
it was one of the largest robberies in history at the time.
Yeah.
And I believe they stole something like 2.6 million.
Yeah.
Just over that, which in today's money is about 69, 70 million.
It's an incredible amount of money.
Yeah.
So this car, these tyres,
Those tyres,
are they still the same tyres?
that's the exact same tyres. And they took an impression of the tyres, and that's how they get caught.
Wow. I think this is a great place to start, actually, Mark, because we're in Scotland, one of the most legendary drivers of all time, Colin McRae.
It doesn't get any better.
It doesn't, does it?
No.
And I've been fortunate enough to feature a car that Colin rallied, the first car Colin ever rallied on this channel. I came up to Scotland a couple of years ago and it was amazing. So this is when he jumped ship to Ford from Subaru, right? So this was a big deal at the time, I remember. So
This is
cool.
3 times World Championship winning car.
Goodness me.
This has just recently come into the collection.
Has it?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing, I've got so many questions. Other cars, do they come to you guys, or who decides what comes into the collection? And is this still happening now? Are cars being acquired now?
Yeah, there's cars being acquired every week.
Every week?
Yeah, not every single week, but most weeks.
Okay.
Some go out, some come in, but yeah, there's certainly Colin McRae's cars to have 2 sat side by sides.
Yeah, the
Pretty
Nova.
incredible. Yeah. You can see he's actually signed inside the car.
Oh, has
When
he?
you look at the roof.
Oh yeah. Colin McRae, Derek Ringer. It's funny, isn't it, how old and small Novas look now.
They're tiny looking
They are
compared to modern
tiny.
cars.
I've just seen Solberg's name on the
Yeah,
on
Peter
the window.
Solberg.
So this is what I think it is.
Yes.
Bloody hell. Unpopular opinion. The Bug-Eye Impreza was my favourite, but only with the WRC light pods in it. I think the spider eyes, as I call them, I think they look great. Wow, so this is phenomenal. Goodness me. I mean, I'd be happy with just these 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Would be
most people
astonishing.
would.
But we've got 185, 90 cars to go. Escort Cosworth. What's the deal with this one? Is this actually a WRC car again?
Yes.
Rally.
This one, I believe, came in from Spain.
Right.
And it was raced in the Catalonia.
Catalonia. Rally España.
Yeah.
Looks great. Okay, another Scottish legend, right?
Yes, Roger Clark.
Was his car?
Yes. It's
Wow.
the first Works Mark 1 Ford Escort.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness me, this is a special car. And are these cars bought already, either restored or like very low mileage, virgin fresh?
Pretty much, yeah. We try and source them that way.
Yeah. Wow.
There is 1 or 2 we've had. We've had to do some restoration work, but most of them
Yeah.
they're bought this way.
And then a 6R4 in the computer vision livery, which I love so much. It's so iconic for its time. This looks like it's never been used. It looks that nice because they're all so pristine. So do you have? I mean, are there many staff here? I mean, obviously you're.
Yeah, we've got a team of guys here,
Yep.
and we've got our own in-house detailer, which obviously makes them.
Who's busy?
Yeah, he's always very busy, but yeah, that's why they're all so nice, because he's such a good guy, and his detailing skills are second to none.
Yeah. Are these cars kept like on the button? I mean, I know you've taken down some of the sort of railings for us to film here.
Yeah.
But are these normally on trickle charges and stuff like that?
Yeah, every car's highly maintained. Everyone's got trickle chargers, and they're all rotated between maintenance schedules on a monthly basis. So.
Wow. So you know where all the keys are for these?
I do indeed, yes. A secret location. They're in a vault.
Are they in a vault?
They're in a vault, yes. And there's hundreds of them. So.
There are. You must have a serious database. So if I said to you, can I have the keys for this to open the boot, you would be able to find it now.
I could find them, no problem.
Okay, just asking. Just asking. I can't walk past a race Triumph Herald, which I didn't even know was a thing, without referencing my good friend Shaggy Franklin, who works for Top Gear Online. This one's for you, Shaggy. Inspiration for your restoration of your first car. And then we go back to familiar territory on the Late Break Show. We've done a few Sierra Cosworths over time. So Mark, what's the story with these 3? All the same colour?
No, these are 3 separate cars completely. So we'll start with the first one.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's a basic car, but this is the standard Cosworth, RS Cosworth.
Yes.
This is the RS 500 Cosworth.
Right.
And I believe this is the second most expensive one in the world, because I think the one that sold for slightly more and at the slightly lesser miles.
Right.
But this is apparently the second best in the world.
Do you know how many miles this has done?
9,180 miles.
Really? Yeah. 9,000 mile RS 500. So regular 3-door RS 500 and Sapphire.
This is the Sapphire, but it's not your standard Sapphire. This is a Rouse Motorsport Sapphire.
Is it?
Yes. Which was a guy called Andy Rouse.
Yes.
Are you familiar?
I am familiar, yeah.
Well, this is super rare as well.
Goodness me. But we must go on to this, because again, if you're into your Fords, this will make you dribble and smile. A pair of RS 200s. Now, I know they obviously did road cars for homologation purposes. Are these both road cars?
They are, yes.
Are they? So 80s inside. Mid-engine fishnet headrest on this side, buckets on this side. And a very chunky gear knob, actually. Go on then, Mark. So yes, RS Turbo, presumably an immaculate example. It looks
Yes,
immaculate.
Series 1 RS Turbo, and it's absolutely pristine again.
Yeah, yeah.
Moving on, this is
That's
another
an
super rare
1800.
car as well, yes.
Yeah, an RS 1800, goodness me. Well, that on its own is 100 and something grand.
Easy, yeah.
Bloody hell. And then we go down to, God, this is the same colour as I did a barn find Escort Mexico, one family owned from new, in this colour. That was one of my favourite barn finds. It was not this nice in terms of condition.
Not if it's in a barn.
No. It had led a family car life. Gosh. And then behind it, there's a blue one. And then behind that is a Mark 1 Focus RS.
Yep.
Gosh, I remember testing those when they were new. Makes you feel old. So in this instance, you do buy multiples of the same iteration of car, if it's different colours.
Yes.
I mean, just these three, what an amazing 3 colours to see there. Wow. And they've got the Capris. So where do we go? Do we keep going down there? Oh no, let's just pop over to here. So Capris, Mark 3s, 2 litre S, 3 litre S, 3 litre S in another colour. Oh, this is the car they made the Corgi
yes.
model out of. This car has not been repainted, never used in the wet, 33,000 miles, like new, no wear to seats. Blimmin' heck. Oh yeah, there's the Corgi model on the dash top. 280 Brooklands. Again, probably unbelievably low mileage, must just check out of sheer curiosity. 4,500 miles.
Yes, this one has slightly less. I believe it's 585 miles.
What's that?
Yeah.
A 2.8 injection, so a late car. The last time we were in Scotland, we actually did a barn find, one owner, 2.8 injection Capri. So I've seen one of these fairly recently.
Yeah, 585 miles.
You are joking.
No.
580 mile Capri. But this is probably, what's this? This is King Capri in Capridom. An RS 3100. Spa Special. I love this colour. And the ducktail here.
This one's lower again, that's 7 kilometres, I think, this one.
That?
Yes.
Is that an RS, the 500 last edition?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they launched that. So that's delivery mileage.
Yep. And we've also got another 3 of them off-site again.
Have you? Whoa. 3 delivery mileage, the 500s?
That's the only one with the delivery. The other ones have maybe 100 miles or so. But
Oh
yeah,
my God, well that's
still
kind of delivery.
ultra-low.
Again, this so probably my favourite Focus RS, the old the 5-cylinder, 2nd gen car. We've just walked straight past that.
Cosworth. Again, this is a really low mileage example again.
It just looks like a new car. It's like we've rewound time and this is a 90s showroom.
Yeah, 217 miles.
Seriously?
Seriously, yeah.
I think my work here is done on the Late Break Show. I don't think I'm going to make a better car cave. I don't think I'm going to visit a better
struggle,
car
yeah.
cave. What's bizarre is in these little boxes here, which I guess were conference rooms when this was an office, are full of racing bicycles.
Yeah, they're all Tour de France racing cycles.
Are they really?
Yeah.
So these are quite recent M cars. M4, is it a competition? I want to say
No,
it
it's
is.
a GT.
Okay. So is this, again, like a new unused car?
This one, I think's the last time we checked, is roughly 100 miles on the clock.
So they're purchased and they're just delivered here and then,
yeah.
wow, put into line. We happen to be in a 200 strong car cathedral that's a converted office, but not all of us have got garages quite so lavish. But when it comes to flooring, you want to make the environment for your car, your workshop, or even your home gym a nice place. And that's where Duramat comes in. Duramat is the sponsor of this Carcade video, and this is the UK leader in interlocking floor tile solutions. You can even choose the colours. You can have logos printed onto these durable mats, and they are seriously good. You can jack cars up, and you can use tools on here like axle stands and trolley jacks, and they'll be safe. The other thing is you can put edging on here, ramp edging and corners, and just slap it together and cut it easily if you need to. You can get 10% off right now from your order of Duramat, regardless of what colours you go for. You can even go for vented stuff or extra thick stuff if you want a home gym floor. Use Johnny10 to get your 10% discount. Head to duramat.co.uk right now. Okay, I'm a little bit, so let's finish these. We've gone from the Ford into the BMW.
Yep.
And then we'll go back down there and start the Porsche line there.
We've got a nice BMW M3 CSL.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's a favourite on this channel. Recently went to Munich Legends to drive an M1, and there was one of these, I think, lurking in the yard. Lots of people like these. My favourite shape M3.
E46.
Yeah, E46.
I actually had one of these myself, but this is another one. This has got something crazy like 36 miles.
What?
Yeah.
Has it? Wow. So this is all caged up.
Yep.
Carbon fibre inlet. Do you know much about this one? I mean, it's all stripped out. This is a full race.
Proper race car with a sequential gearbox.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's fully stripped out and roll caged.
And this is a real M3?
Yes.
Okay. So we're coming on to, I think, the first European turbo production car, I'm pretty sure, was the 2002. Are there any cars in the collection or that aren't popular, that you guys don't acquire, that you're not interested in?
No, just a wide variation. Anything that we source that's immaculate with ultra low miles, we're interested.
Yeah.
So.
And brand new stuff. There's always an eye on the ball with like, what should we buy that's new? And we'll come on to that because there's a line of McLarens.
Several new, yeah.
Yeah. Right. A couple of quick turbo cars here. So R35 GTR. I mean,
This is the Nismo version as well. So this is proper.
Let me guess, like hardly any miles.
Yep.
Unmodified, which is going to be quite rare in the not too distant future, finding an unmodded one of these. Oh, a Lotus Carlton.
Lotus Carlton.
I mean, for me, this is probably one of those cars in this room. If you said you can take 5,
I'd be one of them.
It probably would. What about you?
Yeah, I would be, yeah.
What would it?
Yeah. It was quite a popular car back in the day with the bank robbers.
Yes, yes, it was. It was. It was
so
a popular,
powerful, and they could get 5 people in it and a lot of money in the boot.
Yes, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So this is a later TT. They've just stopped the production of the TT only a couple of months ago. What's the story with this?
This is a highly modified Audi TT RS, and it belonged to an old chap called Arthur, who just loves car tuning.
Okay.
And he's got several YouTube videos as well, and it tells you the history of the build-up of the cars. It started off standard, get faster and faster, then it got up to 800 horsepower, and then I saw a few videos online, it was 1200 horsepower, then the most recent ones we saw, they were 1400 horsepower.
1400 horsepower, still 5-cylinder?
Yeah, and the guy's, I believe, in his 80s.
What?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So that's one of the few heavily modified cars in here, from what I can see. Couple of Audis, extra Audis tacked on the end here, R8s.
Yeah, again, these are superb examples with next to no miles on them again.
Blimmin' heck. Both manuals, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? These Audi hit the spot from the get-go, their first supercar, and they did a hell of a job with it. A hell of a job.
A manual V8's hard to beat.
Yeah, that's really impressive. So before we keep going this way, let's go down this line that way, because this is a big Porsche line. There's a big Porsche line here. So we start with what, a 996 GT3 RS?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I never get tired of a 356, especially in a dark colour, because it shows all these incredible curves off. Wow. And this is a late car, I think, an SC, one of the last of them. And then going into is that 912? So that is a very rare car.
It is, yeah.
A late model 912, made during the oil crisis, I think. Mike Brewer, when I did a car cave with Brewer, he has one of these, and it was one of his favourite cars, actually, which is a real surprise to me. Modern Targa. Do like a Targa, actually. Very fond of a Targa. I mean, a 993 turbo, Bad Boys 2 spec is, 14,600. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. Another 996. And what's this, a GT3?
A GT3, yeah.
Yeah, so the RS there, 3 here. Another GT3. Turbo S, GT4, 944 turbo. Look at that, what a pretty thing.
Gorgeous.
I do like 944 turbos. I have to say, I like 944s in general. So there's even more Porsches.
Yeah, we've got some more.
This is another line of Porsches. Goodness. We've got Mercedes on this side, we'll do those in a sec. McLaren's up there, Ferrari's up there.
2.7 RS.
Wow. Just sat here, and it's weird, isn't it? In isolation, that is a completely wow car.
Yeah.
For many people, the Holy Grail. There's like a shaft of light coming in just as I talk about it, like it's a halo vehicle. Next to a 993 RS, which is a weapon. I have never driven one of these, and I've heard lots of great things about them. Just those, black and yellow, look so good together.
We've got the Speedster.
That's a Speedster?
Yeah. We've got 2 of these.
You got 2?
Yeah, both red, so we've got that in another location just now.
Can you do me a favour, Mark, and at some point, can you put the roof down? It looks so much nicer with the roof down. I'm not being picky, but, you know, it does. It really does. I'm actually, for the first time in a long time, I'm pretty much lost for words. I love orange. In case you were wondering, I'm a big fan of orange.
So I've just bought an orange car.
Have you? Yeah, I love bright cars. So another RS and another RS. Yes.
Yes.
Another RS. Goodness me. Some serious GT cars here. More modern RS.
It's a special car.
GT2 RS. Bloody hell. It is special. I've not driven a GT2 RS. It's one of those cars you'd have to really focus on. It's a busy looking thing with all these wings and all these vents. And that's a Dakar, because I remember featuring a Dakar on this channel when I was feeling exceptionally unwell. But you know when you just have to push through sometimes? It was one of those days. Is this like delivery mileage?
It is, yeah.
So this is just going to sit and suddenly become one of very, very few that have never really been off-road, never really done anything. Wow. Can we have a go and look at the McLarens?
So this is the new car that's just been delivered 2 weeks ago. This is an Artura.
This is the hybrid, the plug-in hybrid, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's plugged in. Yeah. So not going to be used?
No.
Okay, and we're going straight from Artura, which is, you know, the more economical hybrid, to
the Senna.
The madness of the Senna. Look at the back end of that thing. It's crackers. Is this delivery mileage?
It's not been driven, no.
Oh my word. I would find that really hard, to have a Senna and not drive it. It's mad. Do you know what? It's really nice for me to see all these modern McLarens next to one another, because you can see the minor differences now, especially the back end. I think the back end's probably easier for me to distinguish.
A lot of McLarens people think look the same, but
yeah,
when you see, as you say, side by side, you can see the the differences.
It's the same as Astons as well. You've almost got to have them all laid out to distinguish. 720S.
720S, yeah.
In probably the coolest colour you can get a 720S, actually. I think this area is quite divisive on McLarens, but I actually really like the eyes. This one's a race car, right?
Yeah, it's a track car,
So
yeah.
this has been used?
It has been, yeah.
Presumably.
If you look inside, the steering wheel's been taken out, it's the clip-off wheel.
Yeah.
A race car.
Yeah. Is this a
It's a
570?
570S, yeah.
Yeah, see, the 570 really appeals to me. And the 540, there's a 540, didn't there?
There is, yeah. The 540 is obviously the older version.
Yeah.
Which kind of morphed from the 12C.
Yeah. I really like the more, I don't know why, the more basic McLaren. I can't believe.
More usable.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, the shape's just really, really quite cool. The silhouette's really cool. It's quite fluid looking.
So you think it's quite similar? This is 600 LT.
Yes.
And it's actually the soft, or not soft, convertible version.
Yeah.
The fold down roof.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is, I mean, obviously you've got the exhaust up here, which is an immediate difference, yeah. I'm having a bit of a McLaren lesson, because McLarens are one of those cars, I do get them mixed up, those and Astons, when there's so many little derivatives. Where the hell do we go from here, Mark? I mean...
Ferraris?
Yeah, all right, I was easily won over there. Yeah, let's go Ferrari. So
we have an F12.
F12, yeah, very, very cool. It's a good looking car, this. This is, now I'm going to get this wrong. Is it a 575?
550 Maranello.
550, yeah, manual. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's very cool.
This is an F430.
Yes, they've aged really well.
Yeah.
I was just saying this to someone the other day. I've driven one of these quite a lot, and I was surprised at how well it stood up, actually.
Yeah. One of my most favourite 355.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In non-red.
Non-red. It's a lovely colour, but yeah, nice contrast with the tan interior.
It is, isn't
and
it?
it's manual gated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very nice. This looks really nice. What's the deal with this? So this is a race car?
Yeah, that's the 355 Challenge.
Oh, it's a challenge car?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not a replica, this is an actual challenge car.
Yeah. That's always a favourite for me, over there.
Testarossa.
Yeah. Now you've got two, have you?
Yeah, we've got one here and one just over here.
Right, okay. I don't even know about the mileage situation. Are we talking ultra low like some of the others?
They're not as low as some of the others, but they're still very, very low.
Yeah. They still look so wide even now, that back end look.
Back in the day when your normal cars were, this was twice as wide.
Yeah, but I don't know whether it's deceiving, whether or not they're not actually that wide, they're just proportioned wide. Like old American cars look huge, but by today's standards, they're not actually that huge anymore. And right at the end there is the first brand new Ferrari I ever drove. The 612 Scag. Really good value right now.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the 40s. What a great car. What a great car. I think an acquired taste front end, but I'm down with them. Oh, well, before we talk about the single seaters, I've just realised there's more Ferraris in this corner under the staircase.
Yes.
What's this?
It's a 250 GTE.
Yeah.
This is a full restoration done on it.
Really?
And it's, as you can see yourself, it's absolutely beautiful.
And a right-hand drive car.
Right-hand drive.
This is really classy. We featured a guy's car cave with one of these, I'm sure in this colour. Kevin. I'm sure this is like Kevin's.
This is your Magnum PI car, 308 GTB.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I actually saw Magnum's actual 308 in a museum in Orlando, Florida, only a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And the Miami Vice kit car, the pretend Daytona convertible, that was there as well. Do you know what's weird is for someone that's quite easily distracted. Looking over at the single seaters, and then I looked back and realised behind that Testarossa and that whole cluster of motorbikes is a handful of Mantas, Lancia Integrales, Evos, and Subaru Imprezas. I'm going to have to look at those in a second. Sleep cheap. Daffy swimwear. This is
Rahal's car, yeah.
Yeah. And this is another Scottish wheelman.
David Coulthard.
Coulthard.
Yes.
This is great. A lot of people think this is the most attractive F1 era.
Yeah. They certainly sounded better back then.
Yeah. Yeah. So is this David's car still?
It is, yeah.
Is it? So he's lent this to you?
It's on loan to the museum, yeah.
Very.
That's his race suits as well.
Goodness
You
me.
see in the backdrop, we've got Ayrton Senna's framed race suit as well.
Oh, is it? Do you know what? I really didn't notice that.
He signed it as well.
It's library quiet in here as well.
Very.
Isn't it? Is that an Ultima?
No, it's an Ascari.
Is it? Gosh,
Yeah.
that is rare.
Very rare.
Just that in itself is exceptionally rare. The man.
Yes, David Coulthard's kart.
Again, so this would have been when he started his career, like most of them.
Yeah.
In his zip cart. I reckon that's the most immaculate Manta I've ever seen. I had a quick look while we were setting cameras up in the engine bay and the inner wheel arches. It looks stunning with tartan. So this is just an interesting kind of cross section here. Mantas, hot Chevette, MG, the last of the MG.
It's a V8 SVR.
Yeah. Yeah, next to an MGR V8.
Yeah.
A pair of V6 Clios, different gen cars. Love that colour.
Nice.
And then straight into, and it's like, it's a crime to not even dwell on the V6 Clios. Are these really low mileage again? I mean, it's a stupid question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Very.
And if you like your boxy arches, keep walking, because we've got some Integrales. God, bloody hell. So which ones are these? Evos. A certain Ben Collins ex-Stig will have a huge appreciation for these, and rightly so. Wow, that's blue. That is really blue in there. So 80s going in, 80s rally bred going into sort of 90s rally bred. Lancer Evo. Evo 10. Is this a 7 or a 6? Oh, is this a Tommy Mackinnon edition?
It's, yeah.
It is. I didn't realise it was a Tommy Mackinnon edition. Look at that pattern in there. Dream car for most people. Just that.
Yeah.
Just that and that. Those two whites there. And then like tucked away in the corner, not one but two two-door Imprezas. And again, it's when they're parked next to one another that you can see the subtle differences. From a glance, to a lot of people, they're the same car, but they're not the same car. I mean, weirdly, that is worth like 3 times more than that, I think, these days. Wow, where the hell do we go from here? Mercedes. Oh, and then there's Astons over there, isn't there? And
Lamborghini.
Lamborghinis. This is Danny. Danny's the resident Merc man. Well, that's what I was told that you were anyway. Is that right?
Yep.
So run me through the Mercs we've got here, because at DTM Classics we've got a whole line of Mercs.
Yep. So this here we have the 3 SLRs. We have 2 convertibles.
Yeah.
And we have the coupe.
Yeah.
On the green coupe. Now this convertible is quite a special car, as in it's one of one colour, and
it does look very unusual.
in the yellow, and the wine roof.
Oh yeah, that is it. I thought it was black at first, but it's not, is it?
Yeah.
No,
so,
it's like a burgundy.
Yeah, so this car is a one-off.
Wow. I went on the launch of the SLR Roadster.
Yep.
So
And
3
I
of
think
them.
this one has delivery mileage as well, which is very special
Seriously?
as well. Yep.
Blimmin' heck.
So this is a Mercedes GT.
Yes.
Now this Mercedes GT was brought in. I'll take you forward a wee 3 cars. So this is the Mercedes SLS,
Yes.
which is the Gullwing,
Yeah.
which is quite a special car. They brought this car back to sort of replicate an updated version of the original Gullwing.
Yes. Yes.
And this car here, so this is the GT. Now the GT was brought in to replace the SLS, sorry.
Yeah.
But
With
the
conventional doors.
Yeah, so this GT was supposed to have Gullwing,
Yeah.
but because of the weight and the motors for the Gullwings, they didn't do it. They just had normal doors on this car. Now, this car is quite a special car.
This is GTR, isn't it? Is this a
so
GTR?
This is the GTR, and this was done in the launch colour, which is hell green.
I absolutely love
Which was
this.
done for the Nuremberg ring, and this car actually set the lap time, the record lap time at that point. Obviously, it's been broken a few times with other cars.
Yeah. No, I love the GTR.
Yeah,
This is a seriously cool car.
So this one here is the GTS, which is basically the launch car.
Yeah.
So this GTS was painted in solar beam, which is quite a rare colour in this car.
Yeah.
Beautiful colour, and this basically is the launch car spec-wise. It's not the actual car, but it's the same spec as the launch car.
Are these two cars identical?
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah. So the difference between the two cars is different. There are different packs on them. This one's got an exterior carbon fibre pack,
Right.
and it's got upgraded wheels. That's a higher spec car and it's lower miles.
Right.
But that one's a lower spec car with a wee bit higher miles.
Let's move
Each
down
one.
to the...
Yep.
We got more than one SLS. 1, 2, 3
Yes.
SLSs.
Yep. One is a special edition, which is this one here. That's a special edition. Different spec, slightly higher horsepower,
Right.
and the other two are standard SLSs.
So, I mean, I don't tire of this. I spent a lot of time driving SLSs when they were new.
They're good to drive. Obviously, this was the last naturally aspirated
Yeah.
engine that Mercedes done.
Yeah.
Because when they moved to the GT, they moved to the 4-litre turbo, twin turbo,
Yeah.
which is obviously probably nicer to drive.
It's a better car to drive, but
Yeah.
I wish that had gulls.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I think the Gullwing and
Yeah.
the GT would have been. I think it'd have been special.
I agree.
But
But if anyone's out there looking to buy a hot 911, modern day 911, try an AMG GTR first.
yeah, I think the AMG GTR's value for money now
It's
is
amazing.
unbelievable.
It is amazing.
Originally there were, I think it was 165 plus options.
Yeah.
So I think on average it was maybe 185.
Yeah.
Was the cost of these cars.
Yeah.
Now you can pick a low mileage one up for maybe 110,
Yeah.
a higher mileage one
80, 90.
85,
I know.
90, which I think is great value for money.
Great
value.
I have been looking just idly.
Yeah.
Right, we go from SLS to,
So
this is a DTM.
here, this is a very special car.
Yeah.
So this car is the Mercedes DTM
Yeah.
CLK. Now they only made 100 of these worldwide, and I think it was
Yeah.
15 right-hand drive.
There's a little I was going to say, so that's a left hand, this is a right hand.
Yeah,
And this is number 1 of 100.
yeah.
This is number 1.
This is a special car.
Yeah.
It's at quite a low mileage. I think it's 10,000, around about 10,000 miles.
Goodness me.
And this was obviously built for the DTM championships.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
this isn't a DTM.
Yeah, you can.
So this is a black series.
Yes.
So they made 100 of them and they made 500 black series
Yeah.
worldwide.
Yeah.
So this obviously is a left-hand drive black series.
Yeah.
This is a special car. This has got a lot of the carbon kit on it.
You can tell the body kit only when they're apart. Now they're together.
Yes.
You can see the difference in the body kits.
Yeah.
And this is a modern day.
Yeah. So this here is the final edition of the Mercedes 63 AMG.
Yeah.
And as you can see,
Coupe.
they all came with the same spec, matte paint,
Yeah.
matte finish, the same spec interior. They either came with ceramics or without ceramics. The cost, I think it was £6,000 a difference in cost.
I bet it was, yeah.
But a lot of people obviously preferred the ceramics, and that's delivery miles as well.
Is it delivery mileage?
Yeah, that's delivery miles.
Heck.
We try to get as low mileage cars as possible.
Yeah.
So that if we get offered another car that's got lower miles, then what we try to do is sell the car that we have and buy the other one.
Do you? So you do sometimes sell?
Yes.
But very rarely?
Very rarely. Because a lot of the cars have been hard to... We've spent a lot of time and effort sourcing the cars.
Yeah.
And it's not just that you can just go onto the internet and go, oh, I'm going to buy that car. It doesn't work like that.
No.
You need to have people who know where cars are in collections or cars are sitting, somebody's got them in their garage, and that's... Plus you're better buying... I think you're better off buying cars off market anyway.
Yeah.
Because you always get... You tend to get the best cars.
You're not competing with anybody. Yeah.
So this is another Black Series.
Wow.
1 of 500. This is obviously a right-hand drive. This is 10,000 miles on this car.
Blimmin' heck.
Which is quite low. It's in lovely condition.
And now we're into the old school, the 60s era, SL pagodas and things like that.
Yeah. So these ones are left-hand drives.
Yeah, this is a US spec car, isn't it? From the headlights and the...
Yes. And they have these ones, this one has had a restoration.
They're nice.
Yeah.
They're really nice. Goodness.
They're nice to drive as well.
Well, they're relaxing. I think they're not quick. So you've got these obviously this one's looks more European.
Yes.
And then this is the older generation, of course, which is more like the 300 SL.
Yeah, so this is the SL
era.
Which is similarities to the old Gullwing convertible SL, which I think for me, this is one of the nicest looking convertibles
ever
that you'll get. And I think obviously, I think they're very good value for money as well. Yeah. Beautiful lines.
So we're now going through to the other side of the building, which has Lambos, Astons,
some Italian supercars,
and some British bikes. Okay, so apart from that, we are very much in the Aston, a bit of Jag at the back room.
Kind of British area with a Maserati in the mix because it's keeping with the same type of cars. But
yeah.
This is a British section.
So DB5, DB4, I think.
DB4 racing.
Race car.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
It's very nice.
We mustn't skip these cars too much, but this one over here has really caught my eye. Black. Now, is this a Lagonda? This is a Lagonda, isn't it? Not an Aston. But I mean, a bigger car. Lagonda, of course, was, for its time, one of the most advanced car companies pre-war. What a combination of colours.
It's got a very bright interior.
Black outside, yellow leather inside. I mean, I love it. So it's letting the sunshine come in, but I mean, I saw this Alfa Romeo and I thought, is that a Disco Volante? Because it's that amazing kind of spaceship shape, owned by the actual Alfa Romeo family.
Yeah, that's part of the family, yeah.
Family.
I believe that was the grandson of the founder.
Wow.
That was his car.
Original condition, so
it's in original condition.
This hasn't been restored?
It's not been touched. You can still see the wee scratches and dents in it, but that's to stay as it is.
This is probably one of my favourites that I've seen so far today.
It's nice.
It is so nice. And petite, Juliet SS. This back end, and the way that the lights are all inside this little concave recess with those neat little tailpipes and those reflectors. They're just there's a bit of Citroen DS going on there.
Yeah.
And then if we move further back here, so younger viewers are probably looking at those 60s Alphas going, yeah, they're all right, but they're probably looking more at these, the Lambo, the Pagani, what have we got down there, Maserati.
More Lamborghinis.
Yeah. So this is this a Huayra?
No, so this is the latest car that they've made, and it's called the Utopia.
Oh, this is the Utopia?
This is the Utopia, this is our latest.
I've actually not seen the Utopia, I was going to say in the metal, in the composite.
Well, you'll probably not see many.
No. So is this freshly delivered, not used?
That's correct, it was delivered a couple of months ago.
Was it?
Yeah. It's full carbon.
It's all. I remember the first time I ever sat in a Zonda 20 odd years ago now. It was just all about the interior. Just
it's a work of art, isn't it?
It is a work of art. It almost doesn't matter what it drives like when it looks so interesting and beautiful like that. What's the deal with the Lambo? Is that black with gold edging, or
so
is
it's like the John Player special colour scheme?
It's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so you get the gold wheel against the black, and then you've got the gold paint washing into the black at the top.
Oh my gosh. So this is presumably a special order.
It is, yeah. This is called the Cyan.
Right,
which again, there's limited numbers of these being made, which makes them even more special.
Yeah. My son's got a die-cast model of one of these on his bedroom windowsill. That's wild. Number 1 of 63.
Yeah.
This is 01.
That's it.
Bloody hell.
So you probably see all the number 63s on the Lamborghini bikes as well, and on the cars.
Right.
So I think that's the year that they founded the company.
Yes. Right.
And then they decided to make limited edition cars and number them up to number 63.
Yeah. We are properly in the winged warrior area, aren't we? With this thing. The STO. My knowledge of this sort of Lambo is quite low, actually. It's not on my radar so much.
Again, the Huracan was quite a popular car, but the STO was their lightweight version.
Yeah.
Again, mostly carbon.
Yeah.
And power output was upped a bit as well, but it's a special car.
It's going to be interesting with all these cars at DCM Classic. It's going to be really interesting as this opens up to the public more.
Yeah.
Where the attention is amongst different demographics of people. I mean, we just walked past, an absolutely flawless Rover SD1, a really early one. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And a Rover P6 V8. But that's me. But you're going to get more people probably going, wow, wow. And this, the MC20 Maseratis, this is the convertible version, the Cielo or the...
Yeah.
These, I think, are one of the best looking modern supercars. I just think they're just quite, almost for a supercar, quite restrained. I think they look great. And then behind this, haven't seen one of these in a while. Again, not many wings, not compared to the thing in front of it. The thing in front of it's crackers.
It's a bit more subtle, but it's not really, is it, if it's bright yellow?
Well, yeah, Lambo, it's not about subtlety with Lambos, is it?
No.
Well, I can't walk past a Countach, can I? I mean, you saying this is one of your favourite cars?
It is, yeah. I had the poster on my bedroom wall when I was a kid, so to actually have to see one in the flesh every day is out of this world. Yeah,
and cool to see it right next to a Murcielago, because I think that that's aged well, the Murcielago. I think
the doors are just...
It's wild.
Again, this is another low mileage example. I think we've got about 3,000 odd miles on it.
All?
Yeah.
And these are two Lamborghinis that everybody knows. But these are two Lamborghinis that not so many people know, I don't think. I mean, I was admiring the fact that this is right-hand drive, the Duramat. I think it's cool. There's a lot of Alfa Romeo and going on in the front end, like an Alfa Montreal. And that is Lero.
Yeah.
See, I can't remember the last time I saw one. Possibly the most attractive headrests or seat shapes of a car ever. I just think it looks fantastic. So you were saying that you're going to populate this with more Lambos?
Yes, we've got another 3, I think, coming in soon.
Bloody hell. You're going to have to move that shop and that cafeteria.
Yeah, we need more space.
You get rid of these
yeah.
these here. So what have you got coming in? Are you allowed to tell me?
The Diablo's coming in.
Oh,
And that was the chief test driver in Lamborghini's own car.
that was his own.
That was his own car, yeah.
Balboni's own. That's cool. That's really cool. Goodness me. Never a dull day here.
No. And there was a Uraco.
Yeah. Which will go well with these two.
Yeah, it'll sit nice with them.
Yeah, because these are the lesser spotted ones, and I like that. Yeah.
And the Espada, the old...
Love an Espada. What colour's your Espada?
I believe that one's black.
Nice. We have history with Espadas, don't we? Barn find ones, they seem to find us. I don't know. I feel very lucky to have dug out a few Espadas. Wow. This is nice. This is really nice. So Jez, I know you've been involved in sort of procuring some of these bikes,
Yes.
but just look down this row here and those at the back. That's about half of the bikes you've got here.
That's correct, yeah.
I mean, it's bonkers.
Oh, it is bonkers, but it's great fun as well, finding these bikes and, you know, visiting the people and going and finding them. And for example, this bike's on loan to the museum from the McIntyre family. Bob McIntyre, one of the Scotland's most famous bike racers, first guy in the world to set a 100-mile-an-hour lap.
On the TT?
Yeah, first guy.
On this?
Yes.
Wow.
And his
Gilera.
daughter's kindly lent us the bike. And then we've gone from an XR69, which is a really rare Suzuki. It's an original. You can see how beautiful it is.
I love the colour scheme and the
Yeah. And
the
then
pinstripes.
we're very Ducati centric down here, but up this end we've sort of got a lot of some race bikes of different periods.
Yeah.
So we've got an 80s RG 500. You know, it's a very, very iconic with Barry Sheen.
Shaky Byrne would be all over that.
Yeah.
Right
Steve
now.
Hislop's 250.
I saw that earlier. Yeah,
that's
I
right.
noticed that earlier.
And
Bless
then-
him.
We've got a world endurance bike, Suzuki, Harris Suzuki. Harris is still trading.
Yeah.
That's a very, very famous bike in the endurance world. It's got Scott Smart's Vivaldi superbike. And then really, really,
It goes heavy on the Dukes.
yeah, but some of the really special ones, for example, bringing you right up to modern day racing, we've got Josh Brooks's 2021 Ducati, Paul Bird Motorsport.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a bike.
Yeah.
And
Where do you, I mean, how many Ducatis are here?
I've lost count.
Like 60, 70, 100?
100 plus.
Oh my word.
Here's a very, very special bike. It's a championship winning bike by Scott Redding, the ex-MotoGP rider. Another Paul Bird Motorsport bike.
Bloody hell.
And then basically along here you've got nearly every model. And
Yeah.
some very, very limited editions of
What's that,
one of
Ducati
500.
Monster Senna?
Yeah, the Senna Monster.
Yeah.
Early ones, early trellis frames.
Yeah.
5.1s.
Yeah.
888s, 916s. Yeah, if you like Ducatis, it's definitely a place to come to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is probably the biggest collection I know of individually owned by the museum.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
If you think we are criminally underselling this collection of bikes, let us know in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, we'll come up and do a deep dive on the bikes. Yeah, so this is interesting. The Patronus, wasn't Carl Fogarty involved in the Patronus?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And these are the very, very, very limited bikes. The two Patronuses.
Signed?
Yes, by Foggy.
Wow. Still in their transport
Yeah.
crates.
Mhm.
That's so neat. That is really neat. You can't just buy this sort of thing easily.
No, it's who you know.
It is who you know, isn't
It
it?
is who you know. It's good fun. Meeting lots of interesting people, and they open the garage doors or their workshops, and there's normally 10 other bikes in there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good fun. And I mean, for example, we've just
MV Augusta over there, I'm just noticing.
oh
Didn't one of those feature in Top Gun 2?
yeah,
Yeah.
a work of art, aren't they?
They are a work of art.
Yeah.
I remember the tailpipes. Is there 4 of them?
Yeah, that's the F4, and that's their latest model.
The Super Veloci MV.
Yeah, Super Veloci, and then you've got the. So Ducati have done a run of 5 of all of last year's models of their Grand Prix and World Superbikes. So we've got that collection here as well to come and see. And along the back, all of a sudden, there's a whole row of Hondas.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we've got the McGuinness Hondas, 2 of the McGuinness Hondas, Repsol Honda, all of the SP1s, the SP2s. A lot of them are virtually 0 mileage.
Go on then, Jez. As we walk around there, you can show me those Aprilias, because I saw them. They're still wrapped in cling film.
Yeah, they are.
Out of all the bikes here, for you, which is the one that you'd go, I'd have to...
Now that is a really tough question.
It must be tough. I know it must be tough.
I think it'd be a Ducati, or maybe Steve Hislop's 250.
That one over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just because he was a great racer.
He was.
So Johnny, we've got even more Ducatis. As you can see, these are the latest and greatest.
Lemonade Jazz.
I know.
It's just overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. But just for a change, if you turn round, we have 4 Tarentas.
So I don't know much about bikes by my own admission.
No.
But I know Aprilia. Can I say, I think Aprilia are a bit cooler than Ducati.
Yeah.
They're not quite as well known. They're not quite as commercialised, I don't think, in the way that
they're a smaller factory.
They're small, yeah. But what makes these so special? Because they look wild.
They are wild. There's only 100 in the world.
Right.
And
you got 4% of them here.
yeah, and they're a very, very clever bike. 260 brake horsepower.
Right.
The power to weight ratio is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And for what you actually get on this bike,
this is a race bike, as in...
Yes, you cannot ride this on the road.
No.
You cannot ride this on the road. If you're brave enough and clever, have enough skill, you can take it around the track.
Right.
And it's got full mapping on it, as you can see.
I can see.
With
the
all
dash
of
is
Yeah, the dash. Full Motec.
Billet everything.
Yeah, full carbon bodywork. I think if you're a Aprilia fan, this has got to be the pinnacle of owning an Aprilia.
I love it. This car cave has completely knocked me for 6. It's an absolute bombardment on the senses. I've never seen anything quite this large scale before. I mean, the building itself is colossal. It's way, way, way past dark. We've been in here and it's like a night in the museum. We've had a lock-in just to try and film all these cars. So I want to say a massive thanks to DCM Classics. And thank you for watching. And if you've subscribed to this channel already, thank you. If you haven't, I'd love you to click subscribe. I'd love you to comment on this video. Which of these cars has truly dropped your jaw? Let me know. Do you know what? I'm so damn tired. I think I'll just keep here tonight. No one will know. Don't forget your Duramat 10% discount code. Link in the description. Good night.